Hello, it's Diana Marchand, founder of Raw Foods Made Simple and DianaMarchand.com, and welcome to my video. This is my little dog Bailey. We're just sitting inside today because the weather's not so great outside. But I wanted to do this video because I wanted to kind of go over some things. For some of you may know this story, some of you may not too much, and it is kind of about my journey, how I am middle age. Kind of went down to weight I was in my 20s. So how going through perimenopause symptoms, how I found out what to eat, how to change what I ate, and get rid of some of the symptoms, lose the weight, and gain way more energy in my life at a time when women definitely gain weight. So I wanted to kind of share some information with you today. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can totally do this, how it's doable for you, and how you can do this and what steps you need to take. So that's what's coming up. Okay, I went through this stage very early. I was about 43, 44, and I was experiencing a lot of, actually most of my life, I experienced a lot of headaches and digestive problems. Flu-like symptoms, really felt terrible, and I found out those were from some preservatives that were in foods and drinks. So that really led me into eating healthy. I had to take out the preservatives, the packaged foods, the junk food, all of those things out of my diet at first, because that's where I was getting these really bad symptoms from. So once I found that out, I did, and my headaches really greatly decreased. And then my digestive system got better. And then of course, my mid-40s hit, and everything kind of started to begin to change again. I was a personal trainer. I was a yoga instructor, so I was working out a lot. I was exercising, but all of a sudden what used to work wasn't working anymore. And maybe you are there now, or maybe you have been there and you know totally what I mean. What we do in our 20s and 30s and even maybe our early 40s, what we can eat, what we can do, how we feel and everything is so much different. And then we hit like our mid 40s or whatever when we start to experience the perimenopause and everything shifts, changes, and what used to work doesn't work anymore. And at that time, I didn't know where to turn because I supposedly was supposed to have the answers for all of this, and I didn't for me or the clients that I was working with. So that led me to really read and research and delve into the information and figure out what can I do to help myself and my clients? What do I need to do because I don't want to gain the weight. I don't want to continue to gain weight. My energy was so low. All these changes in my body, the digestive problems got worse. My headaches came back, fuzzy thinking, unable to concentrate or focus. My memory was like non-existent, it felt like. And of course, the weight gain, I was getting a muffin top. So I needed to find out what I could do to help these things and to stop the weight gain. So I began to look at my diet because I was already eating clean. So I thought, okay, I'm exercising like crazy too. So it's still got to be something in my food. At this stage of life, we got to change what we eat because if we ate like we used to in our 20s and 30s, that ain't going to happen. That's not going to work anymore. So as resistant as you may be, or some people may be, or I was at the time, I knew that if I wanted to gain back my energy, if I wanted to stop the weight gain, if I wanted to get my digestive system working better, then I needed to look at the food aspect of it. And this took me a long time. For one, I had no guide to read. I had to just completely go into researching the internet, reading books. This consumed me almost 100%. So it did take me longer because I had nothing to follow. You got to remember, I'm 51 now, so this was probably 8 to 9 years ago that I started this. So now there's a lot more information out there, but at that time there wasn't. That's what really led me to do this too, is to help women through this phase because there isn't a lot of information out there. And if there is, it's really hard to find. And then you got to put it all together. So for me too, when I had to, I didn't make all the changes at once. That would be crazy. I mean, when I thought of, wow, what if I had to do all this stuff? It seems too overwhelming. There's too much at once. And doing it all on your own, trying to figure out on your own while you lead and live your normal life too, right, is a lot. So I just began to make little changes. That's when I discovered raw food recipes because they were gluten and dairy free. I started making them and loved them. I had not tried them before. I had not experienced some of them before. I just thought I'd give them a try because they're nutrient dense, lower in calories, not full of any junk, gluten and dairy free. When I began to give up the starches, the gluten, like that even includes the brown rice, right? All these starches at that time. When I began to give up those, I began to feel way better. My acid reflux disappeared. My digestive issues got way better. And I began to lose weight. The more nutrient dense foods I brought into my diet, the healthier foods I brought in, along with some superfoods, super powders, the better I felt. And my energy came way back. See, before that, I had gone into adrenal fatigue. When I was working as a personal trainer, like I said, I thought I was eating good. I was working out like crazy. I was doing everything I could to try and stop the weight gain, to feel better, to get more energy back. But what it really did was bring me into adrenal fatigue because I also didn't realize what was going on in my body and what I needed to really do about it. And how much stress I was under and how much stress my body was under. It was going through changes. It was going through a lot of changes. That is stress. Plus, my worry about everything was stress. Plus, my working out like crazy was stress. So all of these things, I kind of hit a wall and I went into adrenal fatigue. I crashed and I had to bring myself back out of that again. So finding raw food recipes, really the nutrient-dense, lower-calorie foods, bringing those into my day, along, like I said, with some super powders, really began to make me feel better. I also took in some supplements that I was missing. So it all coming together like that over time began to make huge changes. These were little steps I took. So I just continued to take a step-by-step approach and bring more healthy food into my day while I was easily letting go of the foods that weren't good for me because I didn't really crave them anymore. So I got rid of so many cravings that I used to have. And all my clients and people I work with in the program say that they absolutely get rid of their cravings. So if this sounds something that you're like going, wow, maybe I can do this. Well, you totally can do it. In all my programs, women have gotten rid of the cravings, stopped the weight gains, way more energy, and began to really get their life back. We also work on time management and how to easily fit this into your day. Prepping and planning, that's another thing that's so important. You will learn how to do this. So how can you take these steps? How can you do this yourself? Well, trying to do it yourself all alone, you might have tried before, doesn't really work. It is too much. It's like being in our own stuff. We can't really counsel ourselves, right? Even psychologists need psychologists. So when it comes to something that we're trying to work on with ourselves, we need support, we need help, we need guidance, someone to kind of show us the how to and to keep us accountable to making sure that you do it, right? So that is what I offer in my 10-week program that is starting this coming up week. It goes for 10 weeks. And by the end of 10 weeks, absolutely, you will have this under control. You will have way more energy. You will have stopped the weight gain, maybe even lost some weight. Your energy will be way better. You will have way more energy. Your mindset will be more stable. Your mood's more stable. You'll probably be able to sleep better. There's so many benefits when you really get it, when healthy eating and living is just part of your life, when it becomes so ingrained that it's not a challenge anymore, that you're not confused, that you're not conflicted by the information that's out there. It all gets straightened out, and it's a step-by-step process that you go through. You get accountability. I'm there for you every step of the way. You get a call with me once a week. We're on the call, and even between if you need help. There's always help for you. There's always support. You get the recipes, the menu plans, so you do not have to think about that. So by the end, you have an amazing amount of recipes that are easy to make, simple, and delicious. All really delicious. You can do it. All you need to do is commit and say, it's time. I want to change how I feel. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's time for me to feel better. And what a perfect time. Spring, summer's coming. This could be it. 10 weeks, you could feel amazing. So just contact me if you want to know more about the program at diana@dianamarchand.com. And you can also look at the page. I've sent you a link for my 10-week program. And if you want to set up a call, we can get on the call and talk and find out if this program is for you, because that's what it's about. It's about finding something that works for you. That's what I want for you. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and have a fantastic day.